Springtime in Arkansas is the beginning of prime fishing season. In this morning's outdoor report, Skot Covert has an outlook on when to hit your favorite fishing hole and what students seeking internships need to know.
Welcome back outside to the Weather Garden for this week's outdoor report. Trey, this forecast, we're going to be in the 70s. It's going to be beautiful and sunny today. It's given me the itch to go fishing, and you're telling me now is the prime time.
It absolutely is, and it's given a lot of us who like to fish the itch to get out there. And you're right, it's not only those daytime temperatures in the 70s, but when our nighttime temperatures only drop down into the 50s. I know there's some upper 40s still, but
sure.
When the water can't significantly cool off at night, that is really a key to hitting those magic numbers. And for bass and crappie, which are besides say the walleye and the stripers and the white bass, those kind of our warm water species that everybody likes to go after.
Sure.
62, 64 degrees is kind of the magic number that triggers their spawning activity. And we talk about spawning activity because that brings the fish closer to us. Now, if you're out there in the boat, you're always thrown up on the bank. If you're on the bank, you're trying to get it out there farther, but the fish are going to the banks, shallower water, or at least, in the shallower part of the water column. That's where they spawn. That's the water that's warmer first. It's still a little colder at depths.
Of course.
And so all that's about to happen, and that just makes the fish more accessible. I mean, they're not in that deep water where you need sometimes electronics on your boat to figure out where they're holding down there. So this makes the fish a lot more accessible. And the beauty is, man, the next several weeks, it just gets better every day.
It's
really.
time. So what's biting right now?
Yeah, so right now, the white bass run is in full swing in many parts of the state. Probably had a wave of them move up when we had those warmer temperatures in February. Bottom dropped out a little bit last week, but we are rebounding now. And that's the other thing I want to drive home to people. A lot of people think, okay, if I go out and I'm not there on the perfect day, I'm going to miss it. It doesn't all happen at one time, okay?
Sure.
There are waves of fish that move up, and then, happens a lot around new moons and full moons typically.
Okay.
But that water temperature, very key variable there. But yeah, so the white bass and the walleye are probably kind of on the back end, but our crappie and bass are going to start moving up here shortly. Smallmouth bass, brim maybe a little bit later, into April and maybe even May, then catfish and brim in June. And like I said, it's springtime in Arkansas, Scott. So it is this is the beginning. I don't want anybody to miss it. Get out there and take advantage.
What else are you looking at in, let's say, an extended forecast that's going to tell you, I need to take off work today and go to the fishing hole?
I'm gonna look for like I said, the new moon and the full moons.
Okay.
I believe the new in April is around, it's mid-month, 18th, 19th, somewhere around in there. I haven't looked at it that close, but so I'm looking at those moon phases and I'm looking at those temperatures again. When those nighttime temperatures are staying in the 50s, maybe even hovering around 60, those daytime temperatures are around 70. It is time to go.
Fishing license these days, what, it costs you $10?
$10.50, Scott. The best bargain in Arkansas.
The only thing inflation hasn't changed is the cost of a fishing license.
Really easy to get. You can go to licensed vendors, of course, your big box stores and things like that. But agfc.com and $10.50. You can't even get lunch for that anymore.
Last year I did it in the parking lot on my phone. That's how easy it was. So
it
it's super easy.
It really is easier than ever to buy a fishing license.